not, hi, I'm Jason. And Francesca here is a marketing expert, business partner of mine, personal friend that I have used for my website. So anyone who has seen jasonnewmadden.com, that's actually her work. She's done some photography and video work for me here in the office. And she's just been a great resource for marketing for me for a few years now. We've probably known each other going on 4 years. So I trust her when it comes to real estate marketing. There's nobody better. And so she came here about a year ago. We did a kind of part 1 class on more of a demonstration on what is Instagram, how does it work, how do you link it to your business page. And that had a relative good amount of success. I think a few of you were there. What we thought we would do this time was kind of refresh everything. Obviously, there's always changes to social media platforms, and so getting everybody up to speed. And Francesca put together a really nice kind of 101 of what Instagram is, how it's going to work for your business, how to use it properly. And instead of so much the demonstration, I'm going to be quiet for once, which I know is rare. And I'm going to let her really just take over and kind of run through how all this works and how it helps your businesses.
The home screen, this is the discovery section. This is the likes, where all the people who like your post will show up, and this is your profile section. So we're going to start off in the profile section. This is my Instagram, will be in the back end the entire time, so it'll mimic your Instagram. So number 1, we have a username at the top. We all have usernames. I recommend you make it your first and last name. Sometimes people have the same first and last name as us, and it's taken. I threw in an underscore sign to have my first or last name. You could put different symbols in. You could use BHHS with your name or your team name as well. This will all be unique to you. So those of you who are individual agents or on a team, make sure to make it cohesive with your message and overall business. The bio section. Emojis, quick to the point, right? Emojis stand out. I recommend you use emojis in the bio section. Quick. Sentences, messages about your business. Really quick. So Instagram, the way people look at it is they want to know who you are at the snap of the fingers. Whatever is really quick about yourself that differentiates you in the market space. I really recommend for you to point out the areas that you represent. So you want people to contact you and know they can call you, email you, and find you right away just from Instagram. So let's scroll down to the posts, okay? How many times a day in a week are we posting? So this will be relatively different for many of you, but I want to see all of you posting once a day. I post 3 times a day. Some of our clients post anywhere between 2 and 3 times a day. If you're posting sporadically, only when a house sells or only when a house is on the market, I want you to ask yourself why you're on Instagram. You're on Instagram, yes, to have representation of your properties. You're also on Instagram to build up your credibility and expertise in the marketplace. Your name at the top, location. I plug that location in, and then we have a picture. We can have a picture, a graphic, or a video under 1 minute. So I recommend 59 seconds at a maximum for Instagram. We have the likes, and we have the caption section. Okay? So my caption's very spaced out, and it's simple and to the point. You can either go with a short form caption or long form. So let's actually demonstrate how to post. So this is actually going in and posting. Okay, so we have my catalog of images on my phone, and the first image pops up. So I could do a square or vertical. So what I did was click on this little line. I recommend vertical. I recommend a bigger image the better because it takes up more of a phone screen. Longer form. So I use the dots to create some space. Because what Instagram does sometimes is it'll mash it all together, and the dots are just simply periods to space it out and give it some like breathing space to go through. So this is again this is a long form post. Took some time to write a story. So whether you go short form or long form, that's completely up to you and what your purpose is for posting. And always keep in mind that you're posting either for your client or a potential client. A lot of times when I'm working with realtors, their clients are on social media looking at every single post. So we really want to be cognizant of our presentation online. We simply use hashtags as catalogs to search. Now we will go to additional features on social media. We have IGTV. Instagram TV is newer. It's a new feature. So you can go in and have a catalog of videos for Instagram television. So here's how you go to it. We're clicking home, live or post stories right on the spot. We go to the camera. There are quite a few, well, see, we can go live right now. There are quite a few settings on here. So you flip to live, and it actually shows me in advance the number of people who are live, so I can get excited for the people who are about to join. You're able to hold your phone up like this in front of you and go live. I recommend that you invest in an iPhone tripod if you're the person who's going to say, I'm going to go live often. This is an investment I want to make. There are iPhone tripods out there that you can get, so you can have it in front of you while you're at one of your properties. So you simply click on Go Live, and 3, 2, 1, you're live.
Which I know I've mentioned before at sales meetings is always one of the recommendations I use for through open houses. As you're promoting the open house, mention that at a certain time during your open house, you're going to go live. So if you're doing a 1 to 3 o'clock open house, maybe announce a few days in advance through your content, hey, 2 o'clock on Sunday, I'm going to go live at my listing. Please join me. And then at 2 o'clock, exactly what Francesca just instructed you guys to do, now go live and give a tour of the house. This is a good value add to your seller who, especially if it's like a rainy day, bad weather, or it's a Sunday football game, the playoffs, and the Eagles are playing, and you think you're only going to get 2 people to come through the house, you can say to the seller, look, I had 2 groups come in, but I did an Instagram live, and I got 35 people to look at this house between 2 and 2:15 p.m. I'm hoping, and I'm reaching out to them now to initiate contact. So that's just another value add as a listing agent.
So I have a question. So what if there were no people there? Like,
You continue to go live.
Continue to go.
Okay, so we're going live. The live video stays for 24 hours. So I can go up, I'll click live, flick my finger up, and here's everyone who watched the live. 24 hours. So this will drop out at probably in about a couple hours.
Right.
So I can screenshot to have proof and say, look at all these people who watched the live, people who are interested, perhaps they left comments, or even just to see who's continuously watching live. So you can put your finger on the phone like this and scroll up and down and up and down. And that's how you navigate who sees your information.
Right.
Okay. So next we'll go to story. Conveniently, we have a story too. So this is a story. You can again flip up, start from the bottom and flip up, and you see all the viewers of your story. Now typically the first story will get the most, and as you travel further, you'll really see who your advocates are, and you'll get to see who are viewing most of your stories on a regular basis, who's new that comes into you. So we see, oh, our family and friends are there. However, there are some potential clients. There are some prospective business partners on there. We really want to pay attention to this. Again, a story is live for 24 hours. So you can put your finger on the story, if you have a story, and scroll to the left or to the right to see who's viewing the story.
And also when, too. Like, here's a good example. Scroll back to the left. Use me as an example. I view Francesca's stories when I'm able to, so you'll see me. If she keeps going left, I'll pop up, but eventually I drop off. That doesn't mean I stop caring. It just that it might have been an inconvenient time for me to be on Instagram. And next time I go back on, I'll continue with whatever I missed from her stories. So if she keeps going left, or to the right, sorry. I watched all the stuff from about 24 hours ago, and then I was busy last night, wasn't able to catch up. Now today I'll go back on, hey, what's new? I'll probably see this content later posted. So, that's a good example, just using me right here in the room, because I see I'm on the top of that list. I, watched 6 or 7 of those stories and then got off before her next post.
I recommend checking the story in that 24-hour time multiple times a
Seeing who
day.
watches your content.
Yeah, multiple times a day. So let's get out of stories. So now we're going back to the profile. Always click your headshot. Ooh, that brings up another point. What's your picture? Please make it a picture of yourself. Put it in good lighting, whether it's your iPhone or you invest in professional headshot services. Just make sure it's yourself, it's really clear, and it's visible. Okay. So now we have the highlight section. So I'm scrolling with my finger to the left and the right to view all of the highlights. And there are really fancy covers up there too. So write this down, canva.com, canva.com. It's a very easy graphic program where you're able to create your own graphics for highlights, for stories, for Instagram, whether it's a flyer. So this is just an easy templated version for you to just pop your pictures in there, your branding, and have a nice look to your social media account. Because the more professional it looks when it comes to your brand, your logo is in there, you have cohesive fonts, you have cohesive colors. The more professional you look, the more likely a client is going to want to work with you at that point. So we can go to the highlights. How did I get the highlights up? I click the plus sign, plus, and it shows me my stories. So you're able to create highlights from stories only. So here's an archive. I simply go in and I click on every individual one that I want on the highlight. So purposefully adding in covers to make it cohesive. Next, click next. I can go into edit cover and I can scroll it around and make it center. Click done, it'll show up. Right now I'm clicking cancel just to go back. And then you're able to put in whatever type of title you want. I recommend something short. So let's say it's a property and you put 208 Bryn Mawr Street. So you can put 208 Bryn Mawr Street, or you can have something like 208 in the highlight section, Bryn Mawr Street. So here's what I'll show you right now. We have 4 highlights. So I selected one word. However, foundation, there's 3 dots. Okay, so that's what happens when it's longer than the maximum character sign, is there's dots. And you can always click in and you see the full word at the top, scroll up, and you're able to see who viewed it. So what happens is for highlights, it's live forever, as long as you want it to be live. So anyone at any time can go into your profile and click on the highlights, scroll up, and see everything that you have saved on there. So as far as highlight content, I recommend the properties that you have on the market, any business opportunity that you're involved in, just to show a smaller version of your website. You can also have client testimonials on there and your About Me page. So we're looking at Instagram like a miniature website. And that's the great thing about Instagram, is it's really given us a lot of tools to use to embody our website and our message on there. And by message, again, going back to the bio, I mean what you represent as a business. What is your message? What are you presenting as yourself out there? Because yes, at the end of the day, I'm showing you how to navigate the cool features on Instagram, but we're also teaching you how to show up as a credible professional on Instagram. And that's what some of you are going to take away from today. Some of you are here just to increase what you're already doing on Instagram. Maybe you'll post a few more times in the week out of this. However, it's teaching you what is new on Instagram. And Instagram can change at any time. There are plenty of new updates that come out. So it's important to just take a breath when a new update comes out and to see for yourself how you're able to use it as well. So we can go back to the home and just show a couple of more features, and then we'll get into individual questions. So at the top, well, that just popped up. That was a notification that Jason's doing a story about me.
Yeah, I'm in the
right
back
on the
tagging
side.
her and things, and so those notifications are.
I'm able to see the story. That's live right now. So we can click on the picture, and there it is. Oh, look. Pause it for a minute. How do I pause a story? All I do is tap on the phone. That's it.
Keep your finger there.
Keep your finger there. Okay? So, thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
So I can go in and click on the button, add this to your story, and it'll go right on my story. All I do is hit send to, and it'll send to my story. Not going to do that because I'm more intentional with my Instagram, so you could be one of two people on Instagram. You could be an on the spot, oh, I'll post on the spot all the time, or you can be intentional about Instagram and plan posts out in advance. Okay?
That's why Francesca and I work well together, because she plans everything out and I'm the opposite. So I am one that goes,
Exactly.
hey, that's cool, I'm gonna post that.
Yes.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, everyone's got their own vibe on Instagram. You'll find yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the stories at the top, so you can scroll to the left or to the right just to view anyone's stories that you want to see. The news feed, you're able to scroll down and see some of what other individuals are posting.
Okay. And then you click on the picture you want, because I have all this stuff in here that comes up when I put that plus
Yes.
on. So you pick on your picture first and then put your,
Yes, so let's say I want to click on this picture.
yeah.
I'll just click on the picture and I'll format it. So either I want it like this, do I want it like this? I'll format it so it fits to my liking. And then I click next. And that's how you get to the description section. First you edit your picture if you want. Then you get to the description section, and that's when you're able to plug in location, caption, hashtags, and then you hit share.
Okay, a question on there was the Facebook.
Sure. Facebook.
How can you change, so I have a team and I have a personal.
You can do it.
Okay.
How can I make sure that that goes to the team Facebook and not my personal?
So this is what's called an Instagram business page. Instagram business links up to your Facebook business page. So let's say you're not on Instagram right now. You have a Facebook business page. You go into create an Instagram account and you link it up to your current Facebook page. So this happens in the 3 dots. You go to settings and then you go to business. Now for me, I'm already linked up. So I'm going to get a different option than you may, but you're able to go into the settings section and link up the account. Let's see.
I'm sorry, you did that under open Facebook or settings?
So it's only on Instagram. So if
Right.
you're a personal page on Instagram, what's the difference between personal and business? There is no call and email. There is no gray letter word. There are no analytics. So you get all these analytics when you're a business, and you get to see, okay, which posts are performing better than others, how many followers did I get, how many phone calls with each individual post. Okay. So that should,
Well, how do you create a business Instagram? I mean, I have 2 Instagrams, but I'm seeing that neither one are business.
so how do you create, so I have to look at your phone individually and tell you because
Okay.
mine's already, and we can definitely take care of that after the class.
Okay.
Because mine's already a business page. So what'll happen is in the settings section, it'll prompt you to link it up to a business page.
You'll have to already have a Facebook page as a business, not just a personal
Yeah.
profile, because it'll want to link, because remember, Facebook owns Instagram.
Right.
So what they're linking is essentially creating one account between your business Facebook page and your business Instagram. So you have to already have a Facebook business page created up and running in order to link it.
Got it, that's,
So how you create a story as opposed to a post?
Sure. Okay? So we click the camera button, hold it up. This is called a selfie. Hold it up and you start, right? Let's say, ooh, I want it to face the opposite side, not myself.
You're gonna post.
This
Okay.
rotation button, click on it. So now I'm not taking a story, but
Have to click home first.
now we are ready to take a story. And all I hit is this button, and I hold it down, and it takes a
Yes.
story.
So stories are live or like
Yes.
that with a video,
Yes,
it's not just a
Okay.
picture from your library.
correct.
Okay.
Stories are live in the moment, exactly. And you can go the same feature directly to live. Same thing, so for live, hit the rotation button, it's back on me, selfie style, or
So now I just.
rotation, it's what's in front of me. You can also, while you're going live, let's say I have it live on me, I can double. Jason, I have a technical.
I have no idea.
No current signal. Let's turn this off. Next call.
So I'll show you from my phone. So we're on an example of going live. You're live currently. How do you flip it to the other side? How do you flip it to what's in front of you? 1, 2, double tap. And then it'll show right back on you, right back on the opposite.
How do people put graphics or like words and stuff on their stories then?
So that's Canva. So right, so
That's
let's
okay.
Canva. So
Okay.
let's look at my story for a minute. Oh, again, we're going back to the phone. So this is a graphic.
Okay.
A graphic involves pictures and words at the same time. I created this on Canva. You can use that on Canva. They have an Instagram story template. So you can
Okay.
simply go in and put your pictures right in there.
Okay, so you look at, I use Fonto.
Okay. So
So this is
whatever
better.
program is best.
Okay.
I personally
It's a face.
use Canva.
Okay.
I love it.
Canva, not Canvo.
CANVA.
So Francesca, should we
Yeah,
be
when you go up on the.
onto Canva's website and then bringing it over to the Instagram?
Yep, it's an app. You can get the Canva app or you can use it on a desktop. So you have your graphic created in Canva, you save it and you download it to your computer. So this is where some computer savvy energy will come in. You go to your download section and you can email it to yourself. So let's say you have access to your email on your phone. You email it to yourself, you download the PDF, or I'm sorry, the JPEG, the picture, onto your phone, and then you put it right up here. So it'll show up in the gallery. That's the gallery. It'll show up there. So in the instance you want to create a story right on the spot, great. In the instance you want to be more intentional and timely about things and go and be more creative and have graphics, this requires a little bit more in advance time to sit down, create the graphic, get it the way you want it, and then post it live. Out of that.
Okay, so just by doing at is tagging there.
Yes.
And then they're notified, so they would probably go back to your
Yes.
site.
So let's say
Which boosts your, like, for example, you tag Jason, so he goes into yours, so then you have more views.
exactly.
More.
Any other questions?
What's the etiquette about responding to all these posts on your feed?
Ah, that's a good one too.
So you
I like these questions. You're hitting on other points too.
Sure.
What happens when we get comments? Which I hope we get many comments. So let's see. Let's go to one of mine with the comments. So 3 comments. I can go in. What's my hashtag? I can go in, click view all 3 comments, and then I can go in. I can like it by tapping on this heart, and I can reply. So let's say I go in, and I already replied. Ooh, how did I do that? So we click on the comment, and then we scroll to the left. That's how to throw it away, which you don't want to do. And then you can click on the gray arrow. So we'll go to one, you'll get comments. When you're on Instagram, you will get comments. You may get more comments and likes on some posts than other. That's just the way it is. So in the event you have one post and you get one post has 20 likes, one post has 50, that's not a bad thing. It just means let's go back and observe and ask ourselves why this happened. Perhaps it's time of day, perhaps it's the hashtags you've used, okay? Again, we could go in here, 3 comments, I could go over, hit the gray arrow and comment back. So I'm always commenting back the day of. So if you comment back a week later, how does that represent you as a person? So that's what you want to ask yourself. Same thing with direct messages. You could go in here. So Jason, no, we got a few mentions here. So Jason mentioned me and I'll go, hey, thanks Jason, send. And then Jason will get that message. Anything.
Is it true that if you comment on other people's, that it like gives your page, more
Visibility, yeah.
Yeah. Engagement gives your page more visibility. So let's say I go to this post, and I go in and comment, love the interior, just for an example. You are now exposing your page to a whole different audience that is on this account.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah, so that's the key.
So that's what happens. Instagram's public, anyone's able to find you, and you make yourself more visible by commenting. So let's say, you went to a realtor's open house and you want to say, thank you for hosting this open house, it was great. You can go in and comment. Or you can go in and comment on the local schools. If you have children in the local schools, or you like going to a specific restaurant, I always recommend as a realtor that wherever you go and visit, that you leave a comment or a review. Because a curious individual who lives around here, so a potential client, will go in and look to see who you are.